Hello everybody, this is part 1 of a 2-part review of the Boost Force made by ZTE and for Boost Mobile. So first of all, this phone is $200 without a contract from boostmobile.com, and some specifications include Android 4.0, a 1.5 GHz dual-core processor, a 4-inch screen. It's just 480 by 800 pixels, nothing special. The screen is not super clear. It has LTE support, so 4G LTE on Sprint's network. Also a 5 megapixel camera, a 1 megapixel front-facing camera, and they both shoot 720p video. Also it has NFC and 4 gigabytes of internal space, which 2.3 gigabytes is available, and it comes with an SD card slot but no SD card. The battery is 1,835 milliamp hours, and I did not get to decide, really get a feel for battery life, so won't be able to give you an estimate on that. You'll have to look elsewhere for that. Because Boost Mobile, when I bought this phone from their website, Boost Mobile was unable to activate. Actually, I bought this phone from Radio Shack, but Boost Mobile claims that the phone is activated to another account, and so they can't activate it for me. And they obviously can't tell me who it's activated to, so how am I supposed to know and contact them? So in other words, even though this phone is not activated, they say it is activated, and so I was not able to actually use it with service other than Wi-Fi. So that's that. Long story short for the battery life thing. But now let's go into browser. This phone comes with 2 browsing options. It comes with browser and Chrome. And again, I always use Chrome. It's a much better experience in general, I've found. I did use the browser a little bit for just Boost Mobile stuff. And again, it's super simple, so not too interested in that. But if we go to Chrome here, we can see, we'll let this load. My Wi-Fi is extremely slow today. By extremely slow, I mean extremely slow. And you can see we have a little notification light up here. Flashes different colors for different things. Alright, well, I thought I had this loaded, but we're going to have to get it loaded again. So I'll just say that browsing is not the smoothest of all things. But overall, it's not too bad for a $200 phone. Again, with that big processor, it's not going to be horrible, but it's just not nearly as smooth as with phones such as the One SV from Boost Mobile. So, and I did not get to test 3G speeds on this or 4G LTE speeds because of the lack of support from Boost Mobile, but we're going to do a pinch to zoom. It's not quite finished loading, but you can see pinch to zoom is really responsive. It takes a sec then for it to focus again. But again, so not bad, but browsing was a little jumpy at times. That's why I say it was not as good as phones as such as the One SV from HTC and Boost Mobile. Now let's go into messaging, and again, messaging, look at how long it takes for it to load. That's something I'd just like to mention. But messaging is something that I didn't get to test really because, again, I don't have active service. Very disappointing. Boost Mobile's customer service couldn't do anything for me either, which leads me to wonder what I could do next, other than spending hours on the phone with them, which I didn't really feel like doing because I do that anyways all the time. So, messaging. I didn't get to actually text anyone, but the phone does seem a bit odd to hold when I'm texting. I don't know why it feels that way. Maybe it's the fact that this is kind of a sharp little ledge thing there. I don't know. It's an interesting shape, and I didn't like the feel too much as I'm holding it to text. Also, the keyboard, though, it's able to keep up with fast texting. This is the standard Android keyboard, but it also includes swipe, and swipe is actually the default keyboard on here, so I'll just type something really quick. The quick brown fox. Alright, well, it almost got that, but that's my fault. So there we go. I'm not going to type a whole lot. I don't think it really helps you get a feel on camera. I'm just saying that typing was not bad. So now let's take a quick peek at the camera. There is a dedicated camera button right here, and we're going to hold that to get into the camera. So I'd like to say that the camera has a simple interface, not too fancy. Really, it's not fancy at all. You can touch to focus, as you can see. It makes really loud noises. We can switch the camera here. There we go. And we can do certain effects and settings. You have a couple things such as geotagging and tones. Those are shutter tones. Picture size, 5 megapixels standard. So you do get a couple settings. You can do face detection and smile detection and blink detection and red eye reduction and all that. So you get options, but it's a very simple interface in general. And same with the video recording, which records 720p, as I said earlier. But you can zoom with the volume keys here, or with this little thing down here. Oops. There we go. And then there is a flash that you can turn on auto and stuff. But that is that. And let me just take one really quick. But I will have these samples loaded onto Facebook. So you can watch out for that. Yep. Just wait, and I will have them on Facebook for you to see. The screen on this phone is not excellent, and when I was taking pictures and video outside, it's a sunny day, and I have to say it was nearly impossible to see the screen. It's very reflective, as you can see even right here. Very reflective and just not bright enough to see. So that's something to take note of if you're going to be using this outside a lot. Also, I found the shutter speed to be somewhat slow, and pictures, the quality did not turn out very great. So I was disappointed overall with the camera. But if you'd like to see samples of pictures I have taken with this phone, and well, you can check those out on my Facebook page, facebook.com/funzier1, and also I'll have a video sample from this phone on YouTube on my channel. So please feel free to check those out. Also, that is about it for part 1, but please come back for part 2, and I'll do what I can to get you the normal stuff I get you, but speed tests obviously won't happen due to, get the calculator out of there, due to the lack of 3G and 4G, because this is not activated, and I won't have call quality for you either. But please come back for part 2 when I review applications and all that. Follow me on Twitter at funzier1. Please subscribe, it helps a lot. And like the Facebook page, facebook.com/funzier1. Thanks for watching.